What's up, Cuppeteers? This is Christina Jane back at it with another video. So I apologize for this late upload. I actually had a video already, but when I rewatched it right before I was about to upload it, turns out I did not like it as much as I thought I was going to like it. So here I am. I'm coming up with a new idea, refilming it, re-editing it, and hopefully you guys like it. It is currently very late and I'm very stressed because today we are doing the no brushes makeup challenge, which is something I'm so against, but we're just gonna do it, see how it goes. This is a challenge from a very long time ago, so I wanted to try it out for myself because if you watched my video with the bee, you would know how much I am against using my fingers on my face. So let's all take a deep breath and get on with the video. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing things a little bit out of order today because, well, I'm having no brushes or anything to work with on my face. So I wanted to do the brows first because then I can really use concealer to clean up the brows after that. So I'm gonna be using my Anastasia, this is brand new, Anastasia Dip Brow, and putting that on my face.
So like I mentioned before, this product is very new and I did not know how to use it at all. So I just went ahead and dipped my finger in it, put it on my brow, and as you can see, I'm struggling out here because look at that. That makes me look very angry and that is not what you want my brows to look like at all. So I'm just really trying to put it on as much as I can on there. And I know that I can clean it up with concealer later anyways. So that is why I'm putting so much on there. But I just really want to make sure that my brows are showing up and in the shape kinda that I want them to be. So isn't that super attractive? Anyways, once you are done with that, then you can clean them up with concealer. I used my NARS concealer today and just really try to clean up around my brows to make sure that it has more of a defined shape. I found that this was particularly hard for me because I did not have as much control as I thought I would have with my fingers, and that just really bothered me. It took a lot of time for me to do this because I wanted to make sure that I got a similar shape or as close as possible to my normal brow shape that I do, but it was just very difficult because the formula was just so thick to work with, and I don't know, it's part of the challenge, right? Something that you have to get through. So I spent so much time cleaning around it and just trying to make sure that it's there, I guess. I don't know. You'll see me trying to struggle. Now just go ahead and try to do that with the other eyebrow. It was just really difficult and it took a very long time. So brows are all done. They're whatever, they're the best, whatever. Now I'm gonna prime the lids with my P. Louise base. Just going in with a very thick layer just to make sure that my eyes are nice and primed. I did this so I can clean up anything afterwards. I'm just doing it in a trial and error kind of way. So I'm putting like the things that mess up most first. Now I'm going in with my Tati Beauty palette and just dipping into that Soothe shade and using it as a transition shade. This part was more difficult than I imagined, but also less difficult. It was more difficult because I could not put it exactly where I wanted it, but it was less difficult because the blending and the smoothing out was not as difficult as I thought it was gonna be. it took a lot of time to make sure that I had exactly where I wanted it, and it was just very interesting because I never thought about applying eyeshadows with my fingers before. I know I do the occasional like upper lid shade with my fingers, but transition shade, not really. So that's me doing that. And then I go in with my Naked 3 palette. I grab a warmer brown shade and just put it in the outers and inner corners of my eye. I'm going for more of a halo look here because I want to add some shimmer onto the lid, because that is what I normally use my fingers for, and that's what I wanted to do for this look. So I'm just really trying to blend the darker brown shade and the Soothe shade together, making sure that it's nice and seamless. And it was really easy. I found that like tapping and like kind of dabbing my eyeshadows together really just blended it nicely. I don't know if it was from the warmth of my fingers or what. Going back into my Tati palette, I just grabbed that shimmery shade and just put it right in between where I put my dark browns. By the way, I kept a makeup cleaner next to me when I was doing this so that I could clean off my fingers whenever I needed, just so you guys know I'm not just going in with the same product over and over again. Now I'm grabbing that glitter and putting it right on top of my shimmery shade because I wanted to give it an extra pop. I thought that this worked really well, and I enjoyed putting on the glitter because you guys know I love the Tati Beauty glitters. It's just so easy to put on. Now it's time for foundation. This part was honestly my least favorite part. Brows came in a close second, but just putting on foundation like this, like a lotion, it was just not my thing. So I noticed that I didn't do any moisturizer or primer, and that's because I didn't plan on keeping this look on for that long anyways, so I went straight into foundation. But I just used my NARS Radiant Foundation and just slathered it all over my face, and I did not enjoy this process. Not only was it highly uncomfortable, but it was just very difficult to blend my foundation into my skin because there was just too much going on for me, and I really did not like it. I don't think it was the foundation's fault. It was just me not being able to do that with my fingers. It was just making me really uncomfortable. When you get to the forehead, you have to be super duper careful with going around the brows because you already did your brows, and going around the eyeshadows because you already did that and you don't want to mess it up like I did. So I just went ahead and did it very carefully. And once you're done with foundation, I go back in with that concealer and just put it in the areas I needed. I just chose to use the NARS concealer again because it's really easy to use, especially with my fingers, so I didn't mind doing that. And I just put it in the areas I needed it. And once you're done, I thought it was a good time to go in with some Vaseline just to make my lips a little bit more ready for lipstick. Now it's time for powder, and I put my Maybelline powder. This part was actually pretty difficult because I could not get enough product or I got too much product. It was just a difficult balance, and I wiped off the excess, which was really weird to do with my fingers. And once you're done with all of that, I like to go back in with my Naked 3 palette and just put that darker brown shade underneath my eyes to give it more cohesive look. Then I clean it up with concealer because it was messy. And once you are done with that, I like to go in to my Ultra Signature palette and pop it in the inner corners. I actually thought that was not bad. Like the application of it with using my fingers, I thought it gave a lot more pigment. Lashes are on, and it's time for a bronzer. So using bronzer on my cheeks with my fingers was just extremely weird for me because the feeling of it on my fingers was just so different. I don't really know how to describe it, but I don't think I did an awful job. I could have done much better with blending, but I just put it in my normal spots and really tried to blend it out. It was really difficult to blend. I'm not sure why. Maybe it was because, I don't know. the formula was just really weird. It made it a little bit more wet than I thought it was gonna be, which is really weird because it's supposed to be a powder, right? Anyways, I just did the rest of my face using the same type of techniques. Whatever, it doesn't look bad. Now it's time for a blush. I'm just putting some on, and it was really hard because, as you guys can see, that was a lot of blush, and I don't like to use a lot of blush, and I'm really trying to blend it out here. It was just very difficult to control. Highly pigmented. And then I go in with some highlight using that same Ofra Signature highlight palette. I accidentally put it in the wrong place, but once you blend it out, it's fine. I'm just going to blend all three of those together with my fingers. That was really weird, but whatever. To draw away any attention, I like to go in with this Wet n Wild lipstick. I thought that it was just the perfect shade to go with this kind of look to draw away attention from the rest of my face, which was pretty flawed. So I just went in with a bright red lipstick from Wet n Wild. And after you're done with that, you're finished.
And that, guys, is the finished look with just using my fingers. I think I did a pretty okay job. Obviously, my brows are not as good as I normally do them, but they don't look awful for being my first time to do this. My eyes look not bad. I know I could have done better with brushes, but I don't think like this look was that bad. I know the under eyes were pretty messy, but I tried my best to cover up that with concealer. I also like the red lipstick that I chose to go with this look because it draws attention away from like all the rest of the stuff and really focuses on the lips, which is something I know I can control. So that's why I went with the red lipstick. My cheeks could have used a little bit more blending, but I don't think it did bad because the one thing that I did struggle with was the blush, because I don't like putting a lot of blush on and it was really hard to control that with my fingers. Overall, I don't think this was bad. Comment down below how well you think I did on this look. And if you like this video, then please give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below for future video ideas. And if you want to stay up to date with my makeup adventure, then please hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!